Yo, what's good everyone? It's DuckyTrip here, back at it again with another film review. The film that I'll be reviewing today is The Stranger, which was released back in 1946. This film was directed by Orson Welles and the script was written by Anthony Veller and Delka Dunning. The main protagonist of the film is Edward G. Robinson, who plays the role as detective named Mr. Wilson. Besides that, the main antagonist of this film was Orson Welles, who plays the role of a villain named Professor Charles Rankin. The genre of this film is thriller, noir, drama, mystery, and psychological thriller. Now I'd like to talk about the story plot summary of this film. It starts when a detective named Mr. Wilson was on a search of Franz Kindler, who escaped as a Nazi war criminal and buried his past identity, as he now has a new identity which is called Charles Rankin to hide from the detective. However, Mr. Wilson didn't give up as he travels to Harper in search of Franz Kindler. Now, I'll be breaking down the film noir conventions. Firstly, I'd like to talk about the themes within this film. The themes involved in this film were love, evil, and betrayal. The theme of love was displayed as Mary Longstreet was still madly in love with Charles Rankin, and even though she found out that he murdered someone, she still stays by his side and protects him. Other than that, the theme of evil was displayed as well in this film because the main antagonist was an escaped Nazi war criminal, which makes him type of a villain who murdered one of his comrades named Konrad Manicki and deceiving her own wife by making up for stories about his past so that she would be on her side. That sounds evil to me actually. And last but not least, the theme of betrayal was also involved as Mary Longstreet finally came to her senses and she betrayed Charles Rankin, like how he tried to kill her by setting up a trap in the church. Next, I would like to talk about lighting. Back in 1946, films were recreated in black and white as it represents white as the presence of light and black as the absence of light. Today, I'll be breaking down the lighting within the mise-en-scene of this film. Lighting that was commonly used in this film noir was low-key light and natural light. Low-key light was to create a high contrast of the subject and environment, which creates a dramatic atmosphere for the audience to feel. Shadow will be present depending on the direction of light as well. Silhouette shot will be created as the lighting is behind the subject. For instance, one of the kissing scene, it shows a close-up shot of Mary and Charles' silhouette created by the light. Lastly, we'll be looking at editing. Editing is where all the magic happens as all of the footage will be combined using an editing software. Editing is used to create transitions from one scene to the next and to make it look smooth. Today we'll be breaking down the transitions used during the editing of this film. From this film, a lot of basic transitions were used in this film, such as cross-dissolve, like how one shot suddenly dissolves to the next shot. For instance, cross-dissolve are often used in this film when a transition of one shot of an environment transitions into the next environment, which means something like from this environment slowly dissolves and the next environment suddenly appears. Next, we'll be looking to fade to black or fade in and fade out. This was often used whereby the shot slowly fades into total darkness and the next shot slowly appears. For instance, in this scene, we can see the shot slowly fades into black and the next scene slowly appears from the screen. Now, time to wrap things up. The three themes within this film were really well implemented as it really brings out the quality of the storyline of the film. Other than that, the lighting was also well utilized as it was a black and white film. Black and white film usually use lighting to show the presence of light and the absence of light. Lastly, the transitions was well implemented as well as it combines all the footage together to make it into one grand masterpiece. Even though the film was shot in black and white, it was certainly interesting, although the shooting equipment back then was not as advanced compared to ones we have now. That's why they used a lot of their own knowledge and the skills and the equipment they have to shoot a film this good. That's all for me today. Peace out, everyone.